people, welcome to the road trip. Man United taking on Tottenham Hotspur tonight at Old Trafford under the lights. Big game, man. Midweek games, loads to cram in, games coming thick and fast, and this is a tight one. You lot saw the preview yesterday. Big up to Expressions, big up to KG. It was just fireworks in UVHQ, and also make sure you check out their combined 11 as well. That was even more fireworks if you thought the Flex and KG show was a madness yesterday. And Expressions was giving it, you know what I'm saying what's going to happen. Harry Carr saying, you know, the rest going to do all this, going to do all that. And you know what? This is a tough game. It really is. Erik Ten Hag, he's spoken in the presser. He said Christian Eriksen, he trained. He has to see how he recovers from that training session. So they have to wait and see. Martial out again. And no Maguire, no Van der Beek, and still I don't think any Wan-Bissaka as well. How do I see this? I think Christian Eriksen playing is massive. We need him back ASAP. Like, he's got to play. He's got to play. For me, I can't see how we win without him. Is that a bit strong? I think it's incredibly difficult to win without him. I'm not saying we can't. If he's not playing, it has to be McTominay and Casemiro, that's for sure. With Bruno in the 10. I know a lot of people have called for Bruno to be dropped and stuff like that, but Ten Hag in the presser as well was speaking about how happy he is with him, and he's sure that the goals and assists will come. He's happy with his performances, and he says they'll come even more. He was really, really strong on Bruno, talking about him being a leader and being a captain for us as well. And I get that. I get it. From Ten Hag's point of view, I can see the criticism in his performances recently, because he hasn't been that good. He hasn't. But at the end of the day, who are you going to replace him with when Eriksen's so important from deep with the tempo and how we want to play, and finding people like Bruno to unlock him? And there's no Van der Beek, and Fred's not good enough in that area. So who else are you going to play? So I know people are saying Jadon Sancho in the 10, but it's just not something Ten Hag's worked with, really. I just can't see that happening. It's going to be Bruno. Rashford needs to start from the left. Even if he does start Ronaldo up front, which I don't think he will, I think he will go. Even if Ronaldo started up front, put it this way, Rashford still needs to start on the left for me. We need that running in behind. We need that pace. We need that directness. We really missed him against Newcastle. And when he came on, although okay, he was just offside for the one where he sets up Fred, and he should have scored himself. He probably did. He was more involved in the game than what Ronaldo was. He came on and created two chances. You know, so that's an issue. He's got to start. Does Ten Hag go with Ronaldo in this? Because also, to not disrespect the GOAT, like I know a lot of you lot say this, and you know you're all saying Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. That's fine. In defence of that, he's capable of scoring in any moment, especially against Spurs. But we saw what he done last year, home and away. But on the flip side of that, this is a different Man United this year. It's kind of been a little bit of a different Ronaldo, but I don't think you can act like Ronaldo can't do anything, and he definitely can't score. But we've seen from what Ten Hag's trying to do, he wants the more fluidity up front. You know, that's why he even took Ronaldo off against Newcastle as well. Didn't leave him on. He didn't just. I thought he was going to take off Jadon Sancho against Newcastle, and he didn't do that. He left Sancho on and made a like for like with Ronaldo and Rashford. So that's important. I think the back four. Look, Son against Dalot. Dalot's been looking quite leggy and quite tired, making a few mistakes. He's got to be switched on today. We know what Son is on. Excuse the pun, but we know what he's on. We know how well he can play, and you know what? It depends as also how Spurs set up, because if they set up in a 3-5-2, which they've been experimenting with, there's arguments that they could be even more potent. You know, if they go with Son up front with Kane, you know, and then go, you know, Kulusevski, Bentancur, Højbjerg, right wing back Emerson, and then who's the third central, Bissouma. Then, you know, we've got our work cut out. That's going to be really hard to break down, you know. Also, if they go with, you know, with the 3-4-3, it's a bit different. But it depends whether Kulusevski's fit, and I don't know if Richarlison is. So, look, they've got injury worries. We know how Spurs are going to play, and that's the thing that kind of worries me about this game. Where against Arsenal and Liverpool, we knew exactly what it was going to be. Those two teams are going to dominate. They're going to try and play football. We can sit in tight, and we can counter them and be devastating on the counter-attack and look for quick transitions. I think to beat Spurs, I think we're going to need more than that. Not because Spurs are better than them teams, but because Spurs have a different style. You know, Spurs are not going to come there and jam it all over us and go around mad pressing high up the pitch. They're not going to do it. They're going to be compact. They're going to be aggressive in the right areas. You know, Conte's teams are aggressive and want to win the ball back in the right areas, but they don't go pressing you all over the pitch. It's going to be for us to probe and make gaps in there and make runs in behind and get Eric Dyer turned, running back towards his own goal. Get Romero turned, having to come out of centre back to come and cover a fullback who's out of position, or wing back who's out of position. You know, Perisic's gone bombing on. There's a big gap there for Langley to cover, or Romero, whoever plays left centre back for Spurs. I don't know, but you know, that's how we got to see it. We have to exploit that. We have to give Spurs something to think about. The way we played against Newcastle, especially in the second half, although we had an aura of dominance over it, we didn't create enough. We only created right at the end, right at the death, with the Casemiro chance and Rashford, who I think was offside even before he gave it to Fred. But that's all we created in that second half, even though we had domination. So if we play like that against Spurs, again, it's going to play right into their hands. There's almost that sort of false sense of security that you can get when you play against teams like Spurs, or teams that like to sit back, that you're doing better in the game than you are. You think you're doing better than you are, when really the other team wants you to play like that. And if anything, they're in control without having the ball. And it's a weird analogy, you know, it's a weird way of thinking, but that's how I see it, is in terms of, if you have a lot of meaningless possession against a team who just want to sit back, you're not making runs beyond, you're not playing quick enough, you're going side to side and backwards. All that team's going to do, in this case Spurs, slot across, stay compact. And then when they get it in transition, they're going to have runners, they're going to be putting balls in behind, and that's where, you know, we need to be alert to it. So we have to show something different today. We've got to be on it. We have to show intensity. The night needs to feel like it did against Arsenal. It needs to feel like it did against Liverpool. Loud in the stadium, good energy, and the players need to start quick. We started quick against Arsenal in the first 15 minutes. And then once their disallowed goal happened, it was all them. And then we got a goal. We need it to be the other way around today. Same against Liverpool. We started quick, first couple of minutes, boom, Dalot was in on Diaz, boom, Martinez was in on Salah. You know, they're the things that we need. You know, straight away we need to be in on Son, in on Kane, not letting Kane drop off the front, so we can, you know, make things happen and pick up half spaces and get on the turn. You know what they're all about. So tight game, one that, you know what, if we can get back to winning ways as well and prove that, you know, we're going to have little blips and we can keep bouncing back. Massive game, because, you know, going to Chelsea on Saturday, if we haven't won here today, it can look a bit bleak. You know, this can give us the confidence going into that Chelsea game. Having said all that, prediction wise, I feel it's going to be a draw. I said all the things we need to do to win the game. That's not me saying I think we're going to do it. I just got a feeling it's going to be a draw and quite a boring game. Smash a like on the video. Give me your predictions in the boxes below. Maybe I'm not bringing the flex judge by actually not giving the predictions. I know all you lot will say don't do it. So maybe it's a good thing that I do feel a bit uncertain about this game, and I do feel uncertain about this game, because I don't think I can trust us to start with that energy that I was talking about. Match view will be on. Make sure you keep KG company, Owen, Mina, Paolo, and others there. Keep them company. Get involved in that, and then we will be coming at you with reaction from the ground as well. And make sure you go over and troll expressions as well, if we're winning. Obviously, if we're losing, don't watch. But anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.